Knobless Cylinders set 2 is your yellow set. So again, we take the lid off, taking our cylinders out. So these are the ones with the biggest difference. So as I'm working, not only am I getting a visual impression of size, I'm getting a muscular impression as well, because my grip has reduced as the pieces have got smaller, okay? So nothing goes to the brain with having first gone through the hand, yeah? So my hand is my worker here. So I have graded the pieces from biggest to the smallest. Now, when we replace work, it's really important that the child learns to replace the biggest items first. And this is a skill for life. So if you think about if you're packing a box and you just put things in randomly and you're left with a big thing last, it doesn't fit in, because big things don't fit in little gaps, okay? So when we pack work away, always model packing away with the biggest pieces first, because once the biggest pieces are fitted into the box, it's easy to get the little pieces in, okay? So this is especially true with the geometric solids. It's really important to put the larger ones in first, because the smaller ones will fit in last to the smaller gaps. Okay. Make sure we have all of our pieces back in there so we don't lose any. Okay, and this is why we need to work as well in a methodical way. So the child has selected the work, they've worked with it, they're finished, they're happy, they've used it as many times as they wanted to, then it goes back in the box and they put the lid on. So if the child had been working with this in a more advanced stage and had built it into a tower, if that has fallen over for any reason and a piece has gone on the floor, they absolutely have to find it. So no punishment or scolding, but we have to make sure we have 10 pieces in the box before we can pack it away. Now, whether that means we have to get down on our hands and knees, the child gets out the dustpan and brush, you have to move a shelf unit, but the children really need to understand respect for the materials, and that when you get it out, you put it away in the same condition, and that you can count the 10 pieces and make sure they're all there. When these tiny little pieces go missing, it's very frustrating then. You need to take the work off the shelf, otherwise the following child can't complete the task. And these little pieces can be £3 or £4 plus delivery each to get them replaced. Quite often when they're replaced, they're not the same shade of colour that you've got, and then the child automatically notices that difference rather than looking at the variation in size. So it's really, really important that you understand the importance in looking after your materials, but that the children do as well, so they learn that respect. We get it out, we use it, we put it away, it stays complete. And if it doesn't, we have to get down on our hands and knees and look for it. So that was your Knobless Cylinders box 2.